Welcome back, guys. I think it's time to give the Ducati a detail. Now, I've never detailed a motorcycle before, or a car for that matter. Bit old school, bucket and a sponge, give it a wash, clean the chain, give it a polish. But I want to give it a go. I've got some stuff. Let's see if we can get it detailed and see what it's all about. But if you guys spot anything in the comments, because you've detailed more motorcycles than you've had hot dinners, please pop it down in the comments. I'm Dino, this is Patch's Repair Shop, this is my Ducati. Let's go and have a look at my detailing goodies, shall we? Right, so let me start off by showing you what we're going to be using today. Some I've used loads, some you've already seen me use, and some I've never used at all. So we're going to have a little learning curve together. In no particular order, stuff that you've definitely seen me use would be this one. It's the Built Hamber Surfex HD. It's a degreaser. You can water it down or use it neat. The stuff that I'm working on, if you know, is normally that bad that we use it neat. Can't speak highly of this stuff. The best degreaser I've come across. Works really well. Rub it in with a brush, hose it off, job done, or leave stuff to soak, whatever you got to do. Love this stuff. We'll be getting more of this and some more of their products in the future. Don't think we'll need to use too much of this today. The Ducati's not, it's dirty, but it's not grubby, greasy dirty, okay? Other stuff you may or may not have seen me use probably is the Gem Chem Snowstorm Maximus. This is like a snow foam spray on with an applicator. I don't have the applicator on a jet wash. I just use like a pump up gun. Spray that on, use this on my bikes and on the car actually as well. Really good bit of stuff. So we'll definitely be using this today. Again, Jenny Ken Cherry Bomb shampoo, just a bit of shampoo for when you're doing the normal sponge, bucket, that sort of stuff. And it smells great, which is a good thing. Today we'll definitely be starting with this True Tension chain cleaner. We got a new chain and sprocket on the Ducati, as you know, if you follow the channel. But we've done a trip to the Isle of Man TT. So now the chain needs a bit of a clean. It's got a nice gold blingy chain on it. So we'll bring that back to life. We'll use some True Tension chain cleaner for this. Never used this one before, so we'll see how that goes. We got some chain lube for when it's all cleaned up from the True Tension Banana Slip range. Oh, maybe I've got the wrong stuff out for today. Who knows? Oh, it's got a banana fragrance as well. Tell me in the comments why my chain needs to smell like a banana. Interesting. Motorcycle cleaner, yeah, you may or may not have seen me use this before. Quick clean, I generally would use a bit of this muck off stuff. Give the bike a spray over, agitate some of the more stubborn bits with a brush, and then I'd hit it with a snow foam. So I've used this before. Once we've given it a good clean, we'll hit it with some of the speed polish, the muck off speed polish. Never used this one before. I've used one very similar, but not the muck off one. So we'll get some speed polish on it. And then we've got a motorcycle protectant as well. Like Super Guard for your sofa or your carpets, but for your bike. Who knew? And then to apply all of this stuff, what we're going to use is just an array of brushes. This is what I use for cleaning the chain. This is a new one. Came with the True Tension cleaning kit, but I have got another one of these. I've used these quite a lot in the past. So they're okay. Oh, sorry, smashing the place up. I've got a series of like brushes. These are just cheap brushes. They go in the end of my drill. If I need to get anything a bit too grubby off, I'll use those. Microfibers, as I know, using them for drying off and stuff like that. I use these. These are like quite a cheap polish applicator or compound applicator, and they're so cheap that you know buy 2 or 3 packets at a time, and I don't think you'll spend £10. But they're really handy little pads for getting polish and compound on and things like that. So I always keep a load of these in this box. I can't remember where they came from, but I will put a link in the description below, guys, okay, if you want to see those. And then we've got a load of muck-off brushes. A lot of these I haven't used, so I have bought them new for this video, but I have got another set as well. They've had a bit of a hard life now, you know, so I thought I'd get a new set for the video. So just a various array of different scrubbing brushes and applicators and different bits for getting in those tight areas. Detailing brush there, which is really hard. And then what we definitely need to open for the video, because it's satisfying every time you do, is one of the expanding microcell sponges from Muck-Off. So we had to have a new one of these for the video, didn't we? Because, well, it just looks so good when you open them up. Opening that new coffee pot. Right. I suppose what we need to do now is get out to the bike, do the chain first, get some motorcycle cleaner on it, and see if we can make the bike sparkle a little bit. Let's do that, shall we? Well, I'm going to start by cleaning the chain, guys, but before we do that, get a bit of the Muck-Off cleaner in. Some of the dirtier areas. And agitate it in, and then it can sit soaking while we're cleaning the chain. Right, while some of that's soaking in, let's give the chain a good coat with a cleaner. And the bristles on the brush. And then we just place the brush over the top. Run the chain through it. The centre hub's manky as well. So is this guard at the back here. The guard at the back always fills up with the chain lube. Not much you can do about that, really. Well, you can clean it out, obviously. Instantly looks better already, but we'll give it another going over. Now, if that was all I would do was doing, guys, was giving my chain a bit of a service, a clean and a lube, I would wipe that all down now. Okay, hose off around the areas, wipe the chain down, and then give it some chain lube. I am going to do that, but we've got the rest of the bike to detail, so it's going to get covered in, you know, different types of cleaners anyway, so we can rinse it all off at the same time. Hopefully you guys can see I'm not going to complain about the weather, but I am British, so I'm going to complain about the weather. It's a lovely day. It's a bit bright on the camera. Need to be like one of those Portuguesers. They don't complain about the weather. Right. Let's not forget the wheels. You can already see remnants of chain lube splattered all over the wheels. Leave all that soaking in. It's one thing with this Ducati, it has always suffered with the aluminium, the engine cases, which they all do, and that will be new to nobody if you know these or any Ducatis of this era. But also like the pannier mounts here, they've already been re-powder coated, and once, okay, many years ago now when I had it, but yeah. So this sort of scrubbing brush that I'm using, guys, I don't use it on the plastics and bits and bobs. I just use it on the sort of metally hardware bits, scrubby bits underneath, like these exhaust heat shields and everything. I don't use it on the actual plastics and bodywork. We'll use something else for that. There's that 7mm spanner I couldn't find. I wonder if that's had a holiday to the Isle of Man and back. Unlikely. It's got a bit of rust on it. What the hell's going on here? I'll say something's fallen on the bike, a pot. There's one of my Sharpies. Oh well, that's all those bits found. The Öhlins forks on the front have all been rebuilt, so we shouldn't have any nasty oil leaks around here. There are specific cleaners for calipers out there if you wanted to do that. I've always done it this way, never had any problems. If you know, let me know in the comments, guys. Hopefully you guys can see again, that sun is really, really bright. Again, good scrub of the caliper on this side. And if you use your bike a lot, yeah, part of your service regime should be to whip those calipers off and give them a good scrub and get all the road crud out of them. They're right in the action all the time, aren't they? Right, let's get a bit round the front here. And then let's just hit it with a hose pipe. I try not to use jet wash unless it's absolutely necessary on a bike, guys. And sometimes on the ones we've got here, it is necessary because they're just that dirty. But you don't want to infiltrate all of your bearings and all of that with a really good jet wash. So I'll just use a hose pipe, give the stand a bit of a going over. All right, so what we're going to use now, guys, is in a pump up bottle, we've got the Jenny Chem Snow Foam Maxi Mousse or whatever it's called. So we're going to give it a good dosing of that. Ugh, look how black that's gone. Now, I do like to use snow foam more than once. So we've given the seat a scrub with the drill and the side pads on the panel. You know, this snow foam usually, what's it say, 5-10 minutes, leave it settle in. You can see the black dirt running off of that with that snow foam. It really is a good bit of stuff. I've never used any other one apart from that Jenny Chem one, but really, really impressed with that. So not sponsored either. Let's give that first coat a wash off, shall we? Right, time to give it a bath now. So we're going to use some of the Jenny Chem Cherry Bomb shampoo. Okay, it has a 50 ml of this in a, what does it say, 20-litre bucket. I don't know if this is a 20-litre bucket or do I? This is a 12-litre bucket. So we need, you know, let's say 30 ml. I'm not going to measure it out. We'll just do a little squirt. We'll give the bucket a rinse out first. Don't know if it's a good cleaning advice or good life advice, but never stick your sponge in a dirty bucket. Definitely smells really nice. The bit we've all been waiting for, opening the vacuum packed sponge. Let's see if I can get it in camera. Oh, to be good at filming, eh? So let's drop that in. That's one of the microcell sponges from Muck-Off. I'm not going to put it in the bucket, but I also use an older sponge just to do the wheels and round that sort of bit areas, if you like. So I'm not sort of ruining a nice new fancy sponge. I was expecting a lot more expansion than that, especially in a clean bucket. Right, let's get it outside, shall we? I'm going to give it another snow foam. That's just the way I always do it, even with my car. Seems to work well. The snow foam doesn't seem to leave any streaky bits. But before I do that, let's put the panniers on the bike so that they're getting a bit of a clean as well, now that everything underneath them is clean. Right, so where are we, guys? Because I sped through a bit of it. So snow foam, good bath, another snow foam with the panniers on. Then I gave the panniers a bit of a bath, rinsed it all off. The sun has done its job and dried the bike off for me, but obviously we can use microfiber cloths, or if you've got on those fancy bike blowers for drying them off, you can use one of those. I just let the sun do its job, so it's nice and dry now. What I'm going to do now is hit it with some speed polish from Muck Off. This stuff is really, really simple to use. You just spray it on, and then I've got a nice new microfiber cloth. And I'm just going to buff it all in. Like that. And it shines up a treat. Beautiful. So really simple stuff to use. I'm going to do the whole bike like that. Don't think you need me to do it. Spray it on, wipe it with a microfiber cloth, job done. So I'm going to get the rest of the bike done and then bring you back in for some protection-y, spray-y stuff. Right, guys, I hope you've enjoyed watching that as much as I've enjoyed cleaning my bike. It's always quite satisfying, isn't it? So, ready to go up for sale. That's the sad thing. This is one of the ones leaving the fleet. Lots of you know that if you follow or subscribe already. So that's it for this week, guys. If you made it this far, thank you so much. Smash that subscribe button, smash that like button, drop us a comment, let us know what you'd like to see. This is my Ducati, that's Patch's Repair Shop. I'm Dino. I'll catch you guys next week, I suppose. I'm going to stick a video here and here, I think, so that you guys can click on those and see something else that we've done. All right, guys, catch you next week. Oh. Who lent on that? Catch you later.